Hello, this is DC Hammer and welcome to the DC Hammer Show. So today on Open Mind Friday, we will provide background and insight into the most talked about issue of the day, the relationship between Russia and the United States of America. So I've decided to make this at least a two-part series, the first part, as in this one, being dedicated to a historical overview of the interrelationship between Russia and America from first interaction to modern day. The second part to cover the various perspectives regarding the current relationship, and any further segments would cover unfolding events. Russia, Russia, Russia. It has become the chant of the left as they unleash a veritable avalanche of accusations, suppositions, and constructs presented from a variety of perspectives with numerous hidden agendas. But the underlying issue remains unanswered. Is Russia acting for or against the interests of the United States? Perhaps we should do what the government school system and media have failed to do for decades: present and discuss the facts. Historically, the United States and Russia, or as it was known from 1922 to 1991, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, aka Soviet Union, have had an uneasy relationship for centuries. Yes, believe it or not, Russia did not just spring out of the ground on January 20, 2017 to pose a threat to the world. So let's go back in time for a minute, way back as far as 321 years, even before the United States of America became the United States of America. Russia and American representatives started colluding. And believe it or not, Russia's refusal to aid Great Britain during the American Revolutionary War and positions Russia took with other European conflicts helped win the Revolutionary War. Fast forward to the Civil War, and once again, according to VoltaireNet.org, action taken by the Russians, primarily in the form of an alliance with the United States, again, to the dismay of the Brits, helped the United States remain intact by thwarting the British and French as they colluded to prop up the Confederacy and thereby dismember the United States. Then, immediately after the Civil War, Russia, in a rare short-sighted moment, decided to make an offer to make America even greater again, greater in both size and potential, as Secretary of State William Seward apparently used his way forward machine, grabbed a copy of The Art of the Deal, and promptly returned to 1867. After all, this is Open Mind Friday, and accepted a check from the Rushkis for $7.2 million, which to some seemed an inordinate amount of money for a frozen chunk of ice without viable natural resources, or so the Rushkis thought, adding over 500,000 square miles of territory of the United States, which 30 years later discovered they were sitting on an ice-covered gold mine, and would learn that gold was only the tip of the iceberg as black gold was discovered. Of course, much of that oil would remain buried and useless until President Trump opened up ANWR to drilling. Drill, baby, drill. But I digress. But according to TomatoBubble.com, while America was pulling aces out of its sleeve and resources out of its new possession, Russia was starting to teeter. The reign of the czars was going through significant transition, murder, foreign collusion, and the kind of financial and political intrigue that would continue to this day. And when the Rothschild family became involved, they pulled out the most powerful weapon in their arsenal: war. Sound familiar? So collusion led to conflict, warring factions ruled the day, and Russia was up to its eyeballs in plots and counterplots. Well, remember the Rothschild doctrine. When the income stream dries up, shoot somebody. So it was off to the races again. More collusion and richer bankers. While we made it to the 20th century, surely the gay 90s would be followed by peace and prosperity, bringing peoples and nations together, right? Well, wrong. So Russia helped the United States at the beginning, came to its aid at the time of a division, only to have the United States use a Russian conflict to stab the Tsar in the back. And don't forget those Rothschilds who never let a war they helped create go to waste. And you thought the honey trap was a recent innovation in spy games. Oh no, Britain and France, again, were up to their old tricks. And you guessed it, time for another war. And with the Tsar one vodka short of a blackout, the Rothschilds engineer the ultimate coup, enabling the Tsar to be replaced by democratic socialism. Democratic socialism. Did you really think that the democratic socialists of America, so prominent in many of our government agencies, just sprang out of the ground? You know, like that Alaska thing? Oh no, this plot has been unwinding for over a century. So the Bolsheviks usher in their version of paradise with a good old-fashioned family slaughter. Ah, the Clintons have to be so jealous. So the Brits did their thing and started to remold the world in the central banker's image, set the stage for the next round of world conflict, and smiled all the way to the bank. If you think the Russia thing is another one of the magic beanstalk eruptions, let's not forget the Red Scare of the 1950s as shown to us by Pearls of Liberty, when the fear of nuclear war was, well, really scary. I don't know what's more scary, the thought of nuclear war or the thought that you can duck and everything will be, well, just ducky.
He did what we all must learn to do. You and you and you and you. Duck and cover.
First, you'll have to know what happens when an atomic bomb explodes. You will know when it comes. We hope it never comes, but we must get ready. It looks something like this. There is a bright flash, brighter than the sun, brighter than anything you've ever seen. If you were not ready and did not know what to do, it could hurt you in different ways. It could knock you down hard or throw you against a tree or a wall.
A wall? A wall? Okay, here's Nancy Pelosi's next talking point. And so that brings us up to the modern era. So with the historical perspective established, this ends part 1, and we'll pick it up from here next time. And now, thanks to Arrow, the DC Hammer Show is available as a podcast. Just go to Podcast Garden and search for the DC Hammer Show or News Narrative Analysis Associates, NNAA. So until next time, God bless.